So you're married 65 years now?
65 years, July 9th, 1949. Yeah, I was in the Army for 3 years. So I got drafted when I was 21. I got drafted in 1943.
Uh-huh.
I never forget, March 9, 1943.
So you remember the date?
Oh, yeah, I can never forget. Like my Social Security, like my dog tags, you know.
Mm-hmm.
My dog tags, you know, I was telling a story about everybody laughs. Well, to make my story short, boy, if you had been here long, you'd have a bestseller. When I went in the Army, I got transferred to Massachusetts, Camp Edwards, and then somehow or another they let me go, and I end up in Panama. Over maybe 10,000 soldiers in a big field. They all got a sign. I'm the only guy left. So the guy comes down, the officer comes in the Jeep. I didn't know. I just got in the Army 3-4 months. And he said, "Soldier, how come you're not answering your your dog tag?" Well, I said, "You didn't call." He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "My number is 305-1040, 3505-1042. I had the wrong dog tags. In other words, I was never in the Army. Whoever got my dog tag probably dead or something. You know, that's what happened. I had to re-enlist all over. And I asked him, I said, "Well, what could have?" He said, "You could have been home. Nobody know the difference." Out of the Army in 1946, got married in 1949. My mother was still alive. And
did you know her? Did you
no,
two
I
know
didn't
each
know her at
other?
all. I was thinking about that yesterday. I figured how I met her. My brother-in-law, which is their uncle, Pat Bunda, married my sister.
Mm-hmm.
But his father, for some reason or other, took off from the United States, went back to Italy. And he was there for years, and he was an interpreter. Well, anyways, him and her mother and them got him to come back. So they had a reunion. So when I went to the reunion, that's where I met her.
Okay.
So actually, my sister was not only her sister-in-law, also her aunt.
Wow.
Stuff like that, yeah.
So what do you remember about the wedding?
Well, we had them days, you know. I mean, going from the beginning. Well, to give an example, I met her in 1949, just around Christmas time, because the old man was there. Before the next holiday, before the Easter, I gave an engagement ring, and I married her after 4th of July, all within 6 months.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I didn't know her at all, you know. we hit it off that good, you know. And that's why I tell everybody, I says, when I called her up, you know, back in them days, I said, "This is me," you know, she didn't know who I was. I said, "I'd like to have a date with you." She probably don't remember now, but I do. She said, "I'll have to ask my mother." Ain't that something? Ask my mother. Today they come back, they got the baby, then they tell their mother for help. What a difference, isn't it? Yeah.
So how else are things different than back in 1949? Tell us about 1949 for everybody.
Well, 1949, well, I tell you, it was, well, everybody worked. We had, them days, you know, all the families had a big dinner. I remember a place called a Canteen in Ashtabula. All my mother, no, my father was dead. My mother and all the people had dinner. Then we had a big wedding at the Mount Carmel Church. I remember Father Davison, and they tell me stories about him, that he used to drink and play cards and all that with the rest of it. He married us. Then we got a reception at Hungarian Hall. It's still there in Ashtabula. That's 1949. I can remember that, where the wedding was, where the reception was. And then everybody said, "Where you going on honeymoon?" I said, "Well, I worked the railroad then." And the clerk was named Bob Cousin. I said, "Bob," I said, "how far does the nickel plate train go?" He said, "Why?" "I'm going on honeymoon. I don't know where to go." Well, he said, "Go as far as St. Louis." "All right, because you got a free pass."
Right.
So we went to St. Louis. I've never been there. I've never been there since. And I moved in with my home with my mother. My mother was still alive. Then she died after that.
So you lived with her for a while.
Oh yeah, until she died about 6 months later, you know. And then her and I took over the house. My brothers gave me the house, you know.
Is it this house?
No. On West Adams Street.
Oh, okay.
And they tore it down now because the guy that had it, you know, a lot of people ask me, why do you come close to the railroad track? You know, I make jokes. I say, well, so I can wave at the engineers.
What do you remember about him when you first got married?
Do you remember?
Do you remember what your first impression of Pete when you first got married?
You mean what I thought about him?
Yeah.
Well, I thought he was a good guy and everything. You know, I liked him.
65 years, that ought to be good somewhere, isn't it? In fact, I taught her how to cook.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Did you cook like your mother?
Oh, I still do. Oh, yeah. Everything's it's all basic stuff that I cook. Oh, everything. Every meal I make, I call them depression meals. In other words, not because well, give me an idea now. I just went out and picked some zucchini flowers. Now, who would eat zucchini flowers with battered eggs? You can't buy that in a restaurant. I eat stuff that our folks made to survive, but it's all good stuff. And I still cook that way. I eat zucchini flowers. In fact, I picked 3 more. I do all Italian cooking. Well, if you want to call it that. To me, I don't call it Italian. It's just cooking, you know. I mean, if I make spaghetti sauce, what would be the difference because I'm Italian? Why can't the Chinese do the same thing? In fact, Chinese are the ones that invented spaghetti.
That's right.
Italians they don't know spaghetti. The Chinese do.
So you're kind of a child of the Depression. You grew up.
Oh
in
yeah.
the Depression.
Oh, I remember them days. Wonderful. Oh, I tell stories all the time. Stole newspapers for 2 cents. I got a half a penny. I just bought me 2 ounces of blackberries, $2.99. I used to go and pick them, try to sell them for a dime. Depression. I used to sell them for down 10 cents a quart. Stuff like that. That was big. I picked raspberry. I picked everything the farmers had. I picked potatoes. It was survival. Everything. We worked nickels and dimes. I used to beat rugs for ladies. The ladies want me. Them days, they must have no sweepers in them days because I bet I had 25, 30 women. I used to beat the rugs all the time. Put them on a wire and beat the dust out. I wonder why. There must have been no... now, you know, you don't see that no more.
They always say keep busy, you know.
But I always had a penny and a nickel in it. But it was out there to work, you know. That's why I say back at night, I tell everybody, the best years of our life, I would say the first 60 years. Even though we had a depression, 2 wars and everything. But we had everything. Everybody had a job. Everybody had everything. Not much, but if you wanted to work, you had a job. You could have 2 jobs. I mean, nobody died of starvation. We didn't have automobiles and stuff like we got now. That's because we became a middle class. That's what they're trying to take away from us, is the middle class. All Italians lived in West Adams Street, Depot Street. All them streets was all Italians, mostly Italians. All the Italians were there. All the Polish people were in North Continent. All the Finns were down the harbor. But they went right by their job. All the Finns who worked at the dock company lived down the harbor. All the people worked on the river, like me, my father, and everybody. Nobody had cars. Today, I tell everybody, you can't get welfare, because how are you going to get it if you ain't got a car to go get it? Them days when they had welfare, you had to go with your push cart, and they would give you that, you know. Because somehow or another, I don't know how my father did it. He raised 9 kids. And when I got to work with him, he died in 1946 when I got discharged, and I worked with him. He was a boiler washer, and I was a laborer. Now, I was making 49 cents an hour. He was making like 55. But even before that, he was getting 25, 29, 30. I worked for 41 cents. How the heck did he raise 9 kids? And everybody in that neighborhood, 13 families, I still go by there, out of 13 families, I counted everybody in my mind, 131 kids. 131 kids.
And their families were probably in the same boat as far as work and...
Oh yeah, we all come up, we all worked the nickel plate. When the nickel plate was here. When the railroad went down, we've been dead ever since. My last day I worked on the nickel plate was 1962. I worked right to the last day because I was a laborer. And I didn't have no trade. But I worked the last day, and it's never grown. And I remember we used to get a lot of black smoke. Everybody used to holler at them. Well, they got rid of the black smoke, but they also got rid of the roundhouse, the machine shop, the car shop. Over 3,000 people worked there. Just the nickel place. Then you had Bessemer. Then you had the New York Central. This was a railroad town. That's why we're dead. I was born. I had a handful of spaghettis and a handful of beans. The kids born today, got a Facebook in one hand and a cell phone in the other. How do you expect them to do it? Everything's. I bet everything they can't put it on paper.
Mm-hmm.
They can't put it on every calculator. It's all machine. They're going to all become robots. In fact, I just heard it the other day. They're going to put some kind of a thing in your arm. They figured they're not too far from you. I won't see it. Maybe you will. Well, I don't know, unless you're there. They're going to put some in your arm that you can buy anywhere in the country and it'll go to the bank.
You mean something in the arm?
Just on the arm. And then you just sign something. And it, just like you got debit cards.
Uh-huh.
See, I don't have no debit cards.
Oh, I see, yeah.
I have no debit cards. I have no credit. I have no credit of any kind. Nobody can actually, I can't even get credit. I can't even get credit because I never had credit. I would save my money like this house. I mean, this house was like this when I bought it 1961. There was three doors, about 20 windows here. I had it all redone, you know. But I saved the money, then built it. Now.
You do that with all your cars too?
Yeah, and everything. Mm-hmm. Well, that's why today we're in trouble. All the money these young people are spending, it's all on credit. When my folks bought a pound of hamburger for 19 cents, they put a loaf of bread with it, about 10 onions, and they made it real big and made a meatloaf and made meatballs. Today you buy a hamburger for $5 and you give your kid a sandwich and they throw half it away. I tell that story all the time because I live through it, you know. It's like an omelet. I tell them about my egg. I make egg omelets. I still make it with onions, you know. Back in them days, there was maybe 1 egg and 10 onions. Now, it's 10 eggs, only 1 onion. They make everything spread. And that's what them ladies had to go through. We always ate. Never went hungry like they claim today. We always had a gang in the street. We always had gangs. We had games. There was no dull moments in them days. Everybody was there. You don't even see anybody play tag football anymore.
No.
We used to play football right in the middle of the street. I didn't even have a football. We took a stock in and put cotton in it and wrap it up with black tape. Even playing baseball, we didn't have no baseball and hockey and all that. Everything was handmade. Nobody had anything. But we thought that's the way life was. We all had a good time. You played all day, went home at night, went to sleep. 4 in each room, 4 brothers in one room, 4 sisters in another room. Boy, that's comfortable, isn't it?
One bathroom?
Oh, yeah. Well, I can remember the outside one. I didn't get to use it because I must have been born at the right time because they finally got away. And then we end up with a bathroom, you know, a toilet. Mm. I got married on July 9th, and Johnny was born August 20th. But back in those days.
The same year?
Yeah, just about 9 months.
Oh, okay.
But the worry with them days don't mean nothing today. If you got the baby ahead of time, people mark the calendar. You know what I'm talking about? That, you know, because, he said, that baby, they just got married 8 months ago. Well, they used to call them premature babies. I don't even know if that happens anymore. But that's how close it was, 10 months. Yeah. He was my first one, and Chuck was born 4 years later, and my daughter 9 years later. I had 3 kids.
Okay.
But my daughter, she died in an accident.
Okay.
50, well, be 50. She'd be, about 7 years ago. She'd be 51.
So how do you handle something like that in a marriage?
There's a picture up there. That's pretty hard. Yeah, I think I
That's
all the
got to be
time.
pretty hard to take.
Oh, man. I guess so.
Do you think about that every day?
How can you not?
Yeah. So religion has been important to you in your life?
To me, oh yeah, I think so. I use it a lot, yeah. I maybe not be 100% strict. Mm-hmm. A lot of rules in our Catholic religion ain't made by the 10 Commandments. A lot of them rules are made by the people in charge, like the Pope and the priest. I mean, just like this Pope we got now. I mean, I like what he's doing, but I get mad at him when they stick to any religion that sticks in to any kind of a constitution like the Holly Dolly, whatever that place there, about the contraception pills. Now, everybody don't want the people to be on welfare.
Right.
But yet, you got these religious freaks, I call them, yet they won't give them free contraception. Ain't it better to give them contraception than having all those babies? I mean, not that I believe in abortion, but why should them babies come if they're not wanted? I said, you a certain party I know. I said, you know, you use your religion because everything you did is on your religion. You give credit to your religion. But yet, by the same time, you're not doing Jesus' work. I said, what do you mean? Jesus says, help the ones that are unfortunate. They're against welfare. They're against people that need help. That's what the Pope preaches, or all religion. That ain't just the Pope. All religion want to help poor people. You know that. But the Pope stresses it more, you know. But yet at the same time, they go to their God. Their God helped them do good. And he also says, help the ones that are fortunate. Everybody can be a Babe Ruth. I can't be the president. You got the chance to. But if you could make it, then why not help the ones that need it? You know, that's the way I am, see. And I've always been that way. I don't have much, but I still give a little bit. I wish I had more. You know, a couple of dollars ain't going to hurt nobody. But
You talked about your spaghetti sauce.
oh, well, my grandson did.
Yeah, so what? He grew up eating your spaghetti sauce.
Oh, they all did, yeah. Even when he was a baby, he still does. When he comes from Rochester, he comes over here. He always comes on a Sunday. Not now. When he comes once or twice in a while, you know. Well, my sauce. I mean, to me, my saying is this: I use a lot of garlic, a lot of onions, sweet basil. To me, a tomato's a tomato. I mean, I don't say because I got my own tomatoes. I ain't got nothing to do with it. It's the seasoning and the meat you put in. What else can you do? I mean, now if they got marinated sauce, nothing. You just eat plain sauce with spaghetti, which I do once in a while. I like that once in a while. But you want a flavor. You get big meatballs, you put sausage, spare ribs. It's the meat that makes the sauce, and it's the grease from the meat that makes it better. Well, today everybody's afraid to eat grease. They all want to be nice and skinny like you.
But so he is marketing your spaghetti sauce, though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But he's supposed to come. His mother was here yesterday. He's supposed to come, I think, next week or this week, and promote it over there to Golden Dawn. But you know, ever since I never looked at the job. Now that he's in it, got my name on it. He's got my recipe, but that I don't count that recipe mine because everything they're doing is all done by machine. Now I'm not against machinery, but if just because I give you my recipe, it doesn't mean it's going to taste like mine. You know, because you can't do it on his own. And in order to get in that business, you got to have a company to do it because you got.
So he's got a company that's going to make the sauce.
Oh yeah. Well, they go with his recipe. You got to use the recipe. Well, it's all the same. I mean, garlic. I use everything: garlic, basil leaf, but everything from the garden. Though everything I got is fresh. Maybe that's got something to do with it. I don't know.
When I was young, it was Sundays at Grandpa's house.
Right.
Every Sunday we were going to Grandpa's for sure. It was church and Grandpa, pasta right afterwards, be there on time.
What time did you usually eat?
I think it was always right at noon, right?
Noon, 12:30.
Yeah, 1 o'clock for us.
Yeah, right around that time, and which then you find out non-Italians think is crazy. You find that out, which is funny. Because I go to Rochester, I live in Rochester, New York now, and I want pasta at noon on Sundays, and they think I'm crazy. I want to eat dinner at noon. And they say, well, do you eat again later? I say,
that way.
Leftover pasta maybe later.
So what do you have in your garden?
This is already there's peppers, tomatoes. I had garlic. I picked all my garlic. That was all garlic there. There's my parsley. There's my Hungarian wax, and then my look at these tomatoes. By damn, I ain't got a ripe one yet. Look at there. They're loaded.
You always have enough tomatoes?
Well, I cut down. I used to plant about 6 dozen. I only cut. I figure if I don't get enough, then I'll go pick them. Remember I told you, it's easier for me to go pick a bushel of tomatoes because I can't do it anymore. I tie them, I can't get up, I can't move, and you know I ain't got it no more. See, it took me a long time to do these because you got to see. I tie them everything, so you got to bend down and tie them.
They look good.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have enough to can. I'll get about 50 quarts out of that. Cauliflower I got in there. I just made them. See what I mean? Garlic. I'll eat everything garlic. Yeah. I got cold now. Oh, I mean, it's going to be our supper anyways. Best years of my life. 52 years I did that. And I'll never forget, maybe you don't remember a guy named Jake Chicatel? He used to have that store. We was hanging around. I was just young then. About 52 years ago, I was in my 38, something like that. And he said, Pete, he said, how your Little League started? He said, how would you like to umpire? I said, geez, I never umpired, Jake. Oh, that's all right. He said, we'll help you. Just call balls and strikes. I said, all right. So they gave me a uniform and my ticket and that thing. And I went, boy, I really liked it. Well, anyways, it was all volunteer, about 150 of us. So, hey, Pete, yeah, want to take my place? I'm there almost every night because I'm always taking somebody else. We had a schedule. And I was there so often, they depend on me. I was the only guy getting paid. They give me $1 a game because they could depend on me. And I started, and that's how I started umpiring. And I did slow pitch. I would slow pitch. Well, fast pitch was better, but slow pitch it was hard, you know. But that was big them days, you know. Slow pitch. 52 years I did that.
What happened to slow pitch? It used to be.
That's what I want to know. You're talking like me. What happened? That's what I want to know. You can't even get a team.
No.
We used to have so many crowds there. You couldn't even park over there. We had 3 leagues. Here's the way: number A, B, and C. All right, the C team. You got a team come in C. You win your division, you come in B. And you win a division, you come in A. And that's how they did that. Every night there was a game. And that place was packed every game.
I was just thinking the other day because of the 4th of July tournament, or 4th of July weekend down at Lakeview Park, they always used to have tournaments to go along with it.
Labor Day weekend, oh my God, Labor Day weekend. In fact, the phone rang at 1:30 in the morning. I answered the phone. Hey, Pete, yeah. There's a game at 2 o'clock this morning. We need somebody. Are you kidding? Because they had to get it in because they had backup games. I went over there and umpired that game 2 o'clock in the morning. But the things that I did in umpire, Phil Garcia and Bobby Cox, you know, they're great umpires. They're bookmen. I never read a rule in a book. I don't even know how. But I carried a book all the time. And I did things they could never do. I did out of this world, I mean. But I got away with it because I had more fun doing it, you know. I mean, I'll give you an example. All right, there's a play out in center field. Peter Roche and a guy named Mempa. You can't see that ball at 6 o'clock with that sunset, whether he trapped it or not. So I got to guess. Hey, out! Hey, everybody yelling, time out. I ran to the center field. Now, you can't do that, but I did. I said, did you catch your ball, Guglielmo? You missed that one. He said, what do you mean? Oh, I trapped it. Oh, thank you. I went back. I reversed my decision. I said, what are you doing? Well, your ball player told me the truth. He said he trapped the ball. I did that. Peter Roach, you know Peter Roach.
Yeah.
He had a team, and he was coaching third base. And he's yelling. Too high. Time out. I went over to third base. He said, what are you doing? I'm going to call for you. He said, you can't do that. I'm the umpire. I can go anywhere I want to. So the guy pitched the ball. We had a big crowd there. The guy pitched the ball. And I said, but you're right. They are kind of high. You know my favorite one was? Every time we had an argument on a play, most naturally now, if it's against you, I'm not going to go to. I'm not going to go to you. I'm going to go to one that's for. I said, "You guys think I'm right? Yeah." I said, "How about you guys? You think I'm right? No." I said, "If them guys can't make up their mind, how can I do it?" Got away with it. Stuff like, but I got away with it because it was funny, you know. Goofy things I did. But hey, I umpired every game. I never say I was the best umpire, but I think I was the most entertaining umpire.